Good morning, brother.
Good morning, and thank you so much for the privilege to be of service to humanity through your wonderful platform. I've been here some time before, and I really encourage everyone. This is the platform to come for some nourishment. That's why I'm not doing commercials for you, but I believe it would be good to tell everybody subscribe so you always get in touch because the topic you want me to treat or to discuss is very dear to my heart. And I don't know how to give half bread. If I'm giving all or not at all. So I believe this conversation will nourish all of us. And for you to
Mm,
continue to receive the nourishment, subscribe. Mm.
Thank you for that little commercial I wasn't expecting. Before we get started on the topic, I don't know if I did this with you the last time you were on, but I start every show with breakfast with my guest. So, in order to have breakfast together remotely, I invite everyone, and I see a lot of eyeballs, which is wonderful. Welcome to the show. If you free subscribe on the YouTube channel, you can actually chat and interact with us here in studio. Sci-Fi Mommy's already here. She's captain of my cashew gallery. Welcome. So please do identify and participate in having breakfast with us. So the top of the bun is 8 gratitudes. What are you grateful for? Top of the button, when you wake up in the morning, instead of starting with the MS, meaningless scrolling on your phone, sit up and participate with me and Brother Ishmael. What are things that you are grateful for outside of yourself? And then the bottom of the bun, you do at night before you go to bed, and we model it for you here. What are 8 things that you like about yourself? It's my BS, my belief system, certainly something I've learned from Reverend Michael, is that good mental health starts with self-care, self-approval, self-appreciation. Because, my dear, if you don't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anyone else to approve of you? And when we don't approve, we walk around with little antennas looking for likes, literally on social media. Instead, I want you to have a sense of who you are, knowing that you are 88% fabulous. 12% of the time, I step in it, but that most of the time, you know how precious you are. So that's breakfast. You ready, Brother Ishmael? I'm grateful for meeting you back in Africa some years ago. It was such a delight to see your mission, to work with the children, and it was such a blessing. It was one of the most colorful trips I've ever taken. I love Ghana, one of the most colorful countries in the world. So I'm grateful for that. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my awareness of the infinite that provides my needs before I need it. And I'm grateful for the infinite that makes me an instrument of amplification and multiplication, so that by my words, life are transformed, people become bigger. And I'm grateful to the infinite for the wonderful body that it has given me, the health, the vitality that I feel. And I am grateful for the joy that I feel in my soul so deep that even when someone hurts me, I find it strange that I still feel joy in my soul. And I am grateful for my awareness of how life works so that I participate with life and in life consciously. Do you want me to continue? It will
No,
take the
we're
whole show.
I mean, of course, I want you to continue, but I do want to get to our topic too. You have definitely completed our 8 gratitudes on the top of the bun, and I'm going to add just one more. I got an invitation. It is now firm and finalized. I am speaking in China, and I get to speak on several platforms in Shanghai and Beijing. The booking is complete, so I am grateful that in June I get to go to my country roots, my Chinese roots, and offer up hope and happiness, which is I'm on a happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. And that's a direct result of my marching orders from a day. We've got a new streamer here, Kelly McCann. Awesome smile. Thank you. I think you're talking about Brother Ishmael. Thank you for the congratulations for me. And I love having people just interact with us. So please do come on and identify, and we'll make this a wonderfully interactive show this morning. Let's go to the bottom of the bun, which is, what do you like about yourself? So I know that in my culture, the nail that stands up is hammered down. So we're not taught or approved of to speak up and toot our own horn and say how good we are. And it's something that I am trying to change for many Chinese women, which is one of the reasons why I'm going. So what do you like about yourself? It's very powerful if you know who you are and how good you are. So I would say I appreciate my ability to talk. that I am so shy. So there's another service I offer, and that I appreciate that I'm funny as well. Brother Ishmael, what do you
appreciate me for my empowering spirit that helps people to identify their innate potentials. And I appreciate me for my caring spirit that sees the needs of people before they even speak, and I'm there to help them. And appreciate me for my healing spirit that could penetrate into people with words from nature. And I just see like magic happening right around me. You want me to continue? Because I appreciate me for my teaching spirit that enables me to bring people's attention to life, to the wholeness of life. And I appreciate me for my creative spirit. Or do you want me to continue? It will take the whole show.
I think we're at 8 again, and I am knowing that the modeling that Brother Ishmael Tetteh is doing for you, his desire is that we all operate from that sense of sureness, because I know that's what you teach. I know that that is what your mission is on the planet, is to bring world peace in your lifetime. We talked about that you were here. But we're going to go to the topic by wrapping up breakfast. I am encouraging all of you, either with me or on your own, 28 consecutive days taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich will start and end your day in the most positive way. It's a good life habit. It's a bliscipline, hashtag bliscipline, that is something that I want you to practice when you're not here with me every weekend. All right. So thank you, especially Brother Ishmael Tetteh, for being such a great example of having breakfast with me this morning. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio today, it is Monday, and Mental Health Matters Mondays, usually with some happy 88 tips. And I seized the opportunity yesterday when I was at Agape. Brother Ishmael Tetteh is in town, and when he's in town, he works with people, he speaks, he's going to tell us how you can get a little more of him at the end of the show. But I love listening to him speak. Just, it doesn't really matter what he says. Sometimes his voice is like a song, but his wisdom, as my big brother Michael Bernard Beckwith was saying yesterday, is really something that if you've never experienced before, you are going to love this particular show. So, Brother Ishmael Tetteh, there is a dis-ease with life, with many, many Americans. I'm sure it's not just Americans, but in traveling around the world myself, speaking, it's always amazing to me when I come home that we have so much. When I was in India, the standard of living, no electricity in some areas, no cars, your own car, no food in the refrigerator. We live in this space of abundance, and yet the lack of well-being, the lack of mental health, the extraordinary numbers of people suffering from depression, suffering from anxiety, suffering. That dis-ease, the good news is we're talking about. The bad news is a lot of people reach for drugs, alcohol, shopping, opposite sex, whatever it is, same sex, more than, all of those things to try to fix that dis-ease. And I know that you have a plethora of unique and global understanding that can help soothe away some of that disease. And that's exactly why I invited you here today. So start wherever you'd like. I love you. I love your words. I love your teaching. And I'm so blessed by your presence here today.
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you for the privilege to be of service to humanity through this platform. And I encourage all of your cherished listeners to listen to me from the heart. Though I have perfected my international Americanese accent, when you listen from the heart, you'll get it better. Today, I know how to say the trunk of the car and not the boot of the car. I know how to say blinker and not trafficator, as I learned from the British. So, so I've learned a few things. However, if you listen from the heart, you'll get it. Because sometimes if you miss a word, you're trying to process it, I would have gone several paragraphs ahead. So let me share with you what my take is on mental health. By the way, my name is Brother Ishmael Tetteh. I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa. Therefore, nature is my teacher. And by nature, I don't mean some little forest or shrub or a flowing river. I mean who and what you are now and expanding to the ever-expanding universe. All that constitutes life is nature. But humanity is today divorced from nature, and we are almost on collision path with nature. Hence, we are experiencing all of these imbalances within and without. Many people live as though they have to acquire all from nature, have it for themselves, without even asking that what I'm acquiring, in what ways can it be used to advance my life and advance nature 10 times more. It's about, I was born with nothing, so let me acquire all and all and all and all, amass great wealth, properties. If I have to destroy the forest, I will destroy it. If I have to tap to the minerals in the earth, I will tap into it, use all, amass wealth, and then I die with nothing. True riches is not what you have. True riches is what you can take with you beyond the grave. Your inner wealth, your mental, emotional, and sensorial wealth are fields of energy that I would say your own. That's the only property you have. How many schools are teaching mental awareness and mental balance? How are you constituted within as spirit, mind, feeling, and sensorial perceptions? If we have no education on our senses alone, the 5 senses, then we will not know when a sense is ruling your life or you are ruling your life. Who makes the decisions for you? Is it your senses or you? Who are you that think the thoughts that you think? Who are you that feel the feelings? Who are you that has the sensorial perceptions? Let me give you one illustration. Take the food you enjoy most and begin to eat it whilst it's in the mouth. The sense of taste and smell will tell you, yummy, yummy, yummy. But before you swallow it, bring it out into your plate or hand. Look at it and then eat it. And the sense of sight will tell you, you can't touch. So the senses are entities by themselves. They even war among themselves. That's why sometimes you go to the shop, you know exactly what you wanted to buy. You got there, and sense of taste, hearing, smell, or touch will make you buy something else. And when you come home, you realize, no, I have not gotten what I want. That is telling us that the senses are entities that we need to know. These instruments of nature, but we have been programmed to see ourselves as we and nature instead of we as of nature and emergent beings of nature with all the abilities and capabilities of nature. Therefore, the laws that run nature are the laws that run your being. You are a being of nature, primarily and eternally a being of nature. You eat by the command of nature, called hunger. You drink water by the command of nature, called thirst. These are spiritual commands. You eat, make people sleep by the command of nature. You don't even breathe. Nature breathes you. If you breathe, you can stop you from breathing. But you can't, because nature will say, breathe in, breathe out. Even if you were to take a suicidal person to the middle of the ocean and drop him from the helicopter into the ocean, the first thing you'll find him do is not to allow himself to sink, but to struggle to breathe. Because life is saying, live. And we have not learned even how to listen to life. To start our day by asking life that is here as me, what beneficial present do you want to do and be today as me? We don't. So we step into the day as me, going to exploit life. We exploit nature. When nature even keeps some minerals deep down in the earth, even fossil fuel, and gives us the intelligence to tap them, then we want to exploit instead of tapping and using judiciously to advance nature. If we will ask ourselves, in what way do we tap to advance nature, our lives will be different. But the programming is such that we are totally divorced from nature. Now, when it comes to mental health, the problem started even from childhood. The way we raise our children is so much out of sync with nature. So, for example, as I've shared, there's no education on how am I constituted within as a being of nature. If you are, then whatever you are doing, you ask yourself, what is nature's idea about what I am doing? Now, when we are not in harmony with nature, we fight nature. This thing called nature, this wonderment, this magic, outside of this nature, we are looking for something called a god, also outside of nature, a sky god. So there's now we versus nature praying to a sky god to support us to fight nature. So we are not even in touch with ourselves. And some of the great spiritual teachers, also not in sync with nature, for example, will teach you that the anger you are having is wrong. The fear you are having is wrong. The hatred and jealousy you are having is wrong. Please, let me bring you back to nature. There is no waste in nature. There's nothing in nature that is waste. As a result of this wrong teaching, we are not taught how to have relationship with anger, hatred, fear, jealousy, anxiety. If you don't know them, they rule you. When you know them, you use them.
Okay, I have to just that was a drop the mic moment. That was a drop the mic moment. So I want to anchor this. Those of you who've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio today, I have my very special repeat guest. He's my other big brother from Ghana, West Africa. His name is Brother Ishmael Tetteh, and he is here to teach us about nature and how nature, and we are a full expression of nature. We are in nature. We are one of the sentient beings of nature, and how our separate. See if I've got this right from what you've said so far. That one of the opportunities that we have is to stop seeing ourselves as separate from nature. And that when we see ourselves as separate from nature and we think we are the boss of the world, then we use nature, the trees and the minerals, we take and we see it as they are there for our enjoyment. And when we die, really, we can't take anything. So nature is separate. And that's the root of one of the reasons why we don't feel good in nature. That's one. That was the first part. The second part that I had to stop was, if we don't see ourselves as nature, then those things that are natural, like anger, anxiety, fear, hatred, resentment, all of those things that are part of nature become foreign to us, and therefore we don't know how to deal with them, and we think they're wrong. So when it happens, we are completely unbalanced and ill-prepared to embrace that which is part of us as nature. How did I do it?
Correct. Wow. With your wonderful Americanese accent, I believe it's now clear to your listeners. You got it right. You see, there's no waste in nature when we understand that this magic, this wonderment called nature, can never have waste. The seeds are as important as the weeds. The weeds are as important as the seeds. Turn the weed trees into manure to grow the seeds, and you will have great harvest. Therefore, apply it to yourself. Everything in yourself, including anger, hatred, fear, are all part of you. But we have not been taught how to have relationship with these forces of which we are constituted. We are always we versus something. Therefore, you want a part of you versus a part of you. And you want to conquer your anger, your hatred, and your so-called negative emotions. Guess what? You'll end up having defeated part of yourself, even if you succeed. And I've heard great teachers speaking and saying, we were not born with anger and hatred. We learned them. Sorry, it's part of nature. Even a babe in the crib demonstrates anger. When they pee and poo on themselves, they cry. That was their protest. They kick their legs and saying, how dare you keep me in my pee and poo? Hurry up.
Change that diaper. That's your job.
Yes, change that diaper. Hurry up. And we have not understood this language of nature. So we are fighting things of our nature. So when you come to life's organic spirituality, which I teach, you will learn of these forces. But for anger, many state policies will not have changed for the better. Welcome that energy of hatred you have. Listen to it and feel it. And then look at what in you must not happen again. Feel that anger and tell that thing in you, never again. in that energy of anger, never again. Take a breath to the anger you are feeling and pour the vibration over that image of you that must never again happen. And you will transform that never again attitude into something constructive that will serve you. You see, we have hated ourselves so much that now when you feel angry about something, you feel guilty. And that creates another emotional turmoil. So you are now in the whirlpool of mental imbalance, mental emotional imbalance. I've spoken about sensorial imbalance when one sense dictates to you. So you went to the shop to buy something else, to buy something, the other sense told you, don't buy this other one. You bought it, you came home, realized you wasted time and energy, you started feeling frustrated because you've not known how to communicate with your senses. We don't know them. We don't know our emotions.
So let's, if you don't mind, let's work with a real example and use this process that you're talking about. So I represent one of the 7 out of 10 of us who've had childhood trauma. And something was done to me, physically hurt, beat, emotionally told I was fat, ugly, and clumsy. And I have worked with that. So I don't regret, and I know that everything happens for my divine and best good. And one of the things that came out of all of that is my knowing that that pain in life is mandatory, suffering from it is optional. And the book that you know about that I've been traveling with gives us processes that I've learned through my life experience and teachers like you and Michael on how to work through that pain into power. So that's my process. And I think it's aligned with your process, but if we're going to use the words that you're using right now. So I was mad, right, at the treatment that I felt and experienced. I many years had hatred for the people that hurt me. So you're saying that instead of feeling like not wanting to feel that, it's important to feel that hatred and anger and reaction to what happened. And then what?
You see, first principles, I believe you have my book called The Way Forward, which is the 18 principles of nature. And the first principle teaches that life is about pain. But pain is not about you. Pain is about the activation and free expression of your innate potentials. And nature teaches you that when the light passes through the cloud is the necessary resistance that gives the light the opportunity to break out the spectrum of its colors. So every pain is a gift that you can use to break out the spectrum of your colors. In what way do you demonstrate your innate strength unless you meet with some challenge? Everybody wants to have a sense of achievement. And wanting a sense of achievement means you are actually praying for pain. Because you are saying, let the obstacle be there. When I break through, then you come to your inner sense of significance and achievement. But when we are running away from pain, because every teaching is about run away from pain, pray to a certain sky god over there, that male sky god that doesn't exist, pray to it to save you from the pain. Instead of embracing the pain, feel the pain. And that teaching that I do not see it in harmony with nature is when we are taught that be only in the present, focus only on the present. Yes, it's good to be in the present, focus on the present. But they continue to tell you, forget the past, it is gone. The future is not here. I'm sorry. The past is forever here. Your ability to talk is coming from the past. By the time you say present, the present has become the past. The past is the reservoir of your knowledge system, and there is nothing wrong in going to the past. It is what you choose to go to the past for that is important. You can go for what will manure you today to increase into the future or decrease into the future. That choice is what you make in the present. And that's the only thing you make in the present. Because whether you are conscious of it or not, the past is forever impregnating your present and giving birth to the future. Some future concerns about what you will talk in China in June is making you prepare for something in the present. So the future is inviting you. The unborn generations are inviting you to do something today. So your choices are made today from the past and from the future. So when you are not taught to embrace these, then already you are lost. Now, when you've been taught to embrace this, then you will consciously even go to the past and look for, Mama hurt me, and Daddy did this, and caregiver did that. You know, you can complain and get rotten in the complaint. And you will complain, and the sun will still rise and set. The sun will tell you, what are you complaining about? I'm spinning the earth for you 1,000 miles an hour to give you night and day. What is your problem? Yours is to embrace the pain and dialogue with the pain. Through this pain, through this situation, what expressions? There's always two things. You are always having an experience or an expression. What am I to experience out of this for the greatest expression of the good I am? This simple probe will make you embrace. What am I to experience from this for the greatest expression of the good that I am? Because the only reason you consider something as bad is because there is a picture of good in you that is comparing to what happened to me is wrong. So capture the experience for the expression.
Okay, let me see. What am I supposed to experience from this that is the full expression of me?
For the expression of the good that I am.
Of the good.
For the expression of the good that I am.
Okay, keep going.
Because for every experience, if you consider it bad, then your soul knows the good. If you consider it good, then your soul knows the better and the best. Because life is about evolution. And nature is seeking through you to evolve to its next level. For example, put a grain of corn in the ground. Put a grain of corn in the ground, and you get maize plantation. So whatever happens to you, nature provides it to you as weeds for you to turn them into manure, to grow the seeds of good that you are, and not to throw them away. When you come to nature's organic spirituality, this philosophy will change your relationship with everything. You'll be at peace with yourself. When you are feeling anxious, anxiety is a good thing. Anxiety is the call for you to give attention to something. Often, you ignore what you are to give attention to. So the anxiety increases, it grows, because as energy, it will not dissipate or dissolve until you make good use of it. Anger, hatred, fear, anxiety are all energies of nature. They are your tools to use for your next level of growth. How about feeling the hatred you are feeling now with the anger, and then look at your state of mediocrity, lack, and limitation? Then feel that hatred and anger and pour the vibration over the image of you. That littleness, pity, petty, partying image of you. Don't try to change it. Just feel the anger with the hatred. With every in-breath and with the out-breath, pour the vibration over that image of you. That image will dissolve. It will become a perfect manure for the good image that your soul is seeking to express.
You're giving poop a whole new value. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering why we're talking about poop, this is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind, celebrating 25 years, AM 1050, FM 106.5, NBC News Radio, home to the Asian Oprah. And today we are delighted to have a very special guest return to my live studio, Brother Ishmael Tetteh, who is a global thought leader, teacher, world peace advocate, and he is really blowing some of the BS, the belief systems that are prevalent today, largely in spiritual teaching that says don't leave the past behind, or that guilt, anger, anxiety, fear are not expressions of yourself that are of value. Instead, we are getting adjusted and balanced about the reality of who we really are as full expressions of nature. And I'm so glad that some of my Happy 88 tools that I use are aligned with what you're talking about. I remember the moment that Reverend Michael said to me, not me, actually was talking to somebody else in that class. He said, if your mother hurt you and you can't change that, what was birthed in you as a direct result of that pain? And that completely changed me from that little pathetic pity party to really looking at the role of pain in my life. And I am so glad that I also agree fully 1000% that pain has that purpose, that noxious gas for the little chick that's in the egg from his own poop is the fuel to peck out and develop the strength of his beak that will be able to feed him later in life. And I also love what you're teaching, that there is no waste. There's nothing in nature, nothing in us that is wrong or not useful. Everything is useful. So I have to shift my own BS, my belief system, that resentment and guilt are not necessarily useful. They are useful. And that set myself up for a little bit of dis-ease by saying that I should be, and shitting on myself, more poop, that when I do feel those negative emotions, there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. It is just a signal, see if I've got this right, for me to pay attention to something that needs to be strengthened. My beak, my wings, my walk. Do I need to poop? Do I need to clean myself up? Do I need to grow? Do I need to prune? So do I need to get chiseled? Am I getting it? Am I catching it?
You've gotten it, and you've taught it in the sweetest way. Wow. So you can realize that I'm happy my brother, you got it when my brother taught it, that I can't do anything about my mother doing this wrong or my uncle doing that wrong. But in that moment, something else was born. But if you don't embrace the pain of that moment, you will not see what was born. Because you're trying to run away from the past. I don't want to remember, I'm trying to bury. So you bury it on the alcohol, on the drugs, and on the sex, on the many things, and it won't work. You want something else external to make you feel good about what has happened. No, embrace it. When you're feeling angry, yesterday, maybe James did something that made me angry. Today, Dr. Marissa is making something that's making me feel angry. The two angers are different energies, and each of them has use. When we come to realize that there's no waste in nature, we will have different attitudes to the anger. I'll ask me, what is life's intention for this energy of anger I'm having about James? It's different from what is life's intention for this anger I'm having about Dr. Marissa. These are two different energies, and I will be enriched with something. We have no relationship. We don't talk to our negative emotions. We're running away from ourselves. We run away from half of ourselves. I invite you to life's organic spirituality. What I call, you see, I'm working for a new era of spirituality that is based on nature. Where we listen to nature, we see how nature is doing it. Because we came from nature, it is the only teacher that can give us true spirituality. Every spiritual teaching out there, if it is not in alignment with nature, will give you temporary semantic relief, and you will be back in the pain. You must be in harmony with nature.
Yes.
And that's what I teach.
Yes, and nature does embrace not just the present, but the past and the future. I don't think I highlighted that very important teaching that you're teaching. I want to welcome Lee Wilford, who is here saying namaste to all. We have a great cashew gallery going on today. Thank you for tuning in. If you have a question for Brother Ishmael Tetteh, please do put it in the chat, and we'll see if we have time to answer it. I do want to make sure that those of you, oh, thank you. Somebody just gave us the finger, Brother Ishmael, not that finger, but this finger. So thank you for the reactions. We also enjoy those here. If you are in the LA area, Brother Ishmael is here teaching. He comes several times a year so that we can actually gather face to face and learn from him. They're great events. So could you do you have the calendar with you? I don't know if Doreen can text me and let me know if there's something you want me to announce. But where will you be, and how do people find you to connect with you while you're here in the States?
Right. I believe Reverend Doreen will text it to you, but what I can share is that coming Sunday, I'm speaking in my church, my US alma mater church, Agape International Spiritual Center. Wow, you need to be there. So I will be there speaking this Sunday, the 19th. And then I'm doing a master workshop, the Break Free workshop. Let me give you the background to this Break Free workshop. So we call it the Freedom Tour workshop. We are all living in some cocoons that we are not conscious of. A cocoon in which you are broadcasting that you can't have what you want. Think of your life being told you can't have what you want for maybe 5 times a day. And you can imagine how you feel frustrated. You can't have what you want. You can't be what you want to be. You can't do what you want to do. From childhood, imagine a baby told maybe 30 times in the day you can't have what you want. You can't play with that toy, it's dirty. You can't touch even your own genitals, is wrong. You can't. What psyche is that infant baby filing? Then all the way to 3 years, imagine it. You can't play with your friends. You can't do this. You can't be that. You can't pick that fire, though it is beautiful and you want to pick it. Though many of these had come with good intentions, you were feeling stopped and stopped and stopped and stopped. So right now, your vibration is vibrating. No, I can't have what I want to have. I can't be what I want to be. I can't do what I want to do. When your psyche is vibrating, I can't have what I want. I can't be what I want to be. I can't do what I want to do. Your meditations and prayers will be of little benefit. You need to break free from that shell, what we call the soul trauma block. And when you break it, it is responsible for some of the angers that you don't need. It is responsible for how you went into a relationship that you do not need. It's responsible for many things that you have really experienced that you don't need. And again, as a result of this same no, you can't do, no, you can't do. Now, when somebody is even abusing you, you don't know how to be free because you are feeling, if I say no to this person, the person will feel bad. Because when you were told no, you felt bad. So many of you allow yourself to be in unneeded narcissistic abuses because you just can't say no. You allow yourself to be raped and abused, misused, and reduced without you knowing how to even say no. This is huge because we call it the macro pain, the macro trauma, responsible for many of the unneeded positive, negative emotions that you have expressed. Break free. And as Dr. Iwuzi Mensah, one participant in one of my workshops, said, wow, after the first session, I feel like a heavy brick wall has been lifted off me. That's what will happen to you if you're joining me in Pasadena. All these are on our workshop, conscioushumanity.com/events. So you can participate with me. I think 24th, 25th is Pasadena. And Reverend Doreen will send you the other dates when I'm speaking in Orange County. 26, I think 26, I'm speaking in Orange County, yes. So 24th, 25th, I'm in Pasadena doing the workshop. It's 2-day workshop. Friday from 6 to, from 7 to 10 on Friday. Then Saturday, whole day from 10 to 6 in the day. So that my strategy is this: people go to workshop. I call them workshop beds. They go and do the workshop and come home and sit. I'm sorry. In this workshop, I want to be sure that I grind you to your freedom right in the workshop. So that's why we are going to have all day Saturday. Friday, I give you the assignments. We do it. Saturday, we go through the processes for you to be free before you step out. So come and start your freedom journey for yourself.
Sounds wonderful. That's I'm trying to pull it up right now, conscioushumanity.com. And for some reason, I think I'm misspelling it. But yes, it is the Soul Freedom Tour intensive at the Ahai Center in Pasadena, May 24th and 25th, as well as the Soul Center in Orange County, May 26th. So all of this is at conscioushumanity.com, and I will try to pull that up again while you're speaking. Those of you who've never experienced this freedom, please do go and take the intensive. I know that there are people who just are really trapped in the self-imposed traps that they're subconsciously not aware of because they're so disconnected from nature, the way that you're saying. And I do know that I have experienced a level of freedom just embodying and living, and that I am, Reverend Michael doesn't create followers, he creates leaders. And I'm so blessed and grateful that I got it. I got the call. I got the teaching. And my satellite sister, who's also from Ghana, Akuyo Graham, who is also very much. We're freedom workers, yeah. We're all about you knowing exactly who you are. One of a kind, wonderful. Not a throwback in the bunch. But we have here, let's see. Here we go. Let me here we go. D. Hamilton, Doreen. She's got it here, and we can put it up here so that you can see May 24th. And again, thank you, Christina, for the amazing compliment. And then Friday, 7 to 10, Saturday, 10 to 6 at the High Center in Pasadena. This is what I was trying to get you to send me yesterday, but we've got it here. And speaking at Agape this coming Sunday at 11. Big Brother Michael will also be there at the same time so that we can enjoy both brothers. An interesting side fact, when I asked both of them, because y'all know Reverend Michael, the first time he met me, he looked at me and said, "Hey, little sister." And that's how that started. thought you called everybody little sister because, kind of church, but I found out that that's not true. And then you started calling me little sister. And so I asked them when they were together, who's the older brother? And both of them went like that, pointed to the other one. So neither one are owning who's the oldest. And I'm so delighted. I see all the eyeballs rolling in. Big fans and wonderful lovers of these two brothers. And Nikki Ackerman's looking forward to this Sunday, as she's saying there. We're getting lots of hearts and reactions and fingers. Thank you for this finger, not the other finger this morning. Yeah, we're running out of time, but I do want to tell, if you can tell the brief story of how you and Reverend Michael met. Anybody who was there last week, I think Michael spoke about how you guys met, but we want to hear it from your side. Did not have time for this.
Let's hope I can capture a long story in a minute. Well, I come from Ghana. I live in Ghana. I come here once a year. But I was introduced to this community by my brother, Dr. Michael Beckwith. In 1987, we made a prayer that we want a ministry in the West to be founded with our thinking and philosophy, and they must come and look for us to form partners for planetary liberation. That was as a result of the persecutions we've been having, teaching this spirituality of nature, which seemed to be opposed to orthodox religiosity. We're teaching spirituality, not religiosity. So we made the prayer. 9 years after, my mystics kept prompting that a long-cherished prayer will be answered. And one Friday, whilst we were in prayer with my mystics, the group knocked at the door. And we went to the door to look at who. And when I went, was this baby-faced, young, handsome man. And my inner recognition knew him. So I asked him, are you what we've been praying for? And he said, yes, we are. I wanted to be sure, so I took him to the consulting room to check him out. We have to tell him who and what we are. In case they've made a mistake, they could go back. So I told him, well, we are Etherean mission. What does it mean? I say Etherean means of heaven. We are anchoring heaven on earth. So we are Christians. We are also Muslims. We are Hindus. We are Buddhists. We are African traditionalists. He said, that's what we are. I said, well, I threw a lot of things, including the last one, which I thought would knock him down.
Oh,
that we don't believe in the devil.
Brother Ishmael, I just got the signal from my sound engineer. We're going to be out of time. Let me sign out of the NBC station, and we'll stay on here and chat for a bit, okay? So don't go anywhere. But I do want to just say thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
This
thank you.
Take my advice. I'm not using a Keep Balance with Dr.
Please,
Marissa.
I've watched your program. I've watched a few of your podcasts, and they are wonderful. Tell your subscribers to subscribe.
Thank you. I want to tell everybody, tune in tomorrow. I have my special guest Doors of Change who are helping get the homeless off the streets, the youth in San Diego. So tune in tomorrow. It's all about balance. If you're streaming, stay here. We're not going to shut off the stream, but we are going to sign off the NBC side. Peace in, peace out. World peace through, inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you tomorrow. Still here. There's more eyeballs in the studio than ever. I have permission to stay here, so don't go anywhere. Are we signed off on the AM/FM side? I just want to get the signal that we're clear. and we are clear. So this is extra bonus time. If you have any questions for Brother Ishmael Tetteh, you can put them in a chat. I know everybody said that they are very, very, we are off the stream. I mean, we are off the air, but we're still on the stream. Thank you, JD. And you can go. I'll manage the rest of the board. And let's see, we've got Mardell Rogers. I remember Reverend Ishmael Tetteh from Agape Revelation. That XOXO. Isn't that great? Nikki, longtime supporter, is happy that she's going to see you next week. And let's see, what else have we got here? That was wonderful. I was able to, Reverend Doreen, I was able to find the website and pull it up there. You can see all of the dates of what's going on. And yeah, that's great. I love the website got upgraded. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last time I saw it. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. All right. So did you finish? Oh, finish telling the story.
Do you want me to continue?
Yeah, because we still have people. We still have people tuned in on the stream. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Still.
Okay.
So we're
right.
Still.
So continuing the story, we took him into the consulting room to check him out. I have to tell him who we are in case he's made a mistake. And though we're a small community, very much persecuted, we're very strong and very confident. When you know who and what you are, when you know what you know, you cannot unknow it. So we know ourselves. And I told him we are about spirituality, not religiosity. So we call ourselves Ethereans. What does it mean? Means heaven, of the heaven. We are here to awaken humanity to their divinity. So the experience they are having here and now. If you don't experience your heaven now, you won't experience it in any hereafter. If you sleep ignorant, you'll wake up ignorant of Pythagoras' theorem. So we also have to tell him we are Christians. We are also Muslims. We are Buddhists. He said, that's what we believe too. I said, we are African traditionalists. He said, that's what we believe too. Well, we teach from the spirituality of nature. We believe that too. Then I gave him what I thought would knock him down. We don't believe in the devil. We believe in the all-loving power presence of God. He said, we believe that too. So I shouted to my mystics, went to the temple. I said, he is the one we've been praying for. So I called my philosophers, the high mystics, in, and we started questioning him. He also requested to bring in his practitioners, and we're exchanging questions and answers. And that evening, we had them to join us in the inner circle meeting, and we concluded by they offering the prayer. And Reverend Nirvana, the late Reverend Nirvana, offered the prayer, and he prayed the way we pray. And we thought we are the only ones who pray that way. We don't pray begging God. And then he ended by chanting Om. And we have been accused for chanting in our church. And we chant the Om. So we're like, wow, this is it. On the Saturday, some of them joined us in yoga, pranayama exercises, and Tai Kondo. And the Sunday, they joined us fully. I started teaching. And 5-10 minutes to the teaching, I passed the mic on to Dr. Michael and say, my brother, continue. And he continued seamlessly, using phrases, sentences that I thought I was the only one that uses them in the world. Men and women were crying. In Africa, when you dress, sometimes you have what we call the cover cloth. Women will take their cover cloth, step to the podium to come and cover me, a sign of validation. For the first time, somebody is validating you. Because what we used to be getting from the West will be evangelists coming to talk about hell, fire, and brimstone. So for the first time, somebody else is here. It was very magical, touching moment. So after the meeting, the church service, he asked me, where did you learn these things? Have you read Ernest Holmes? I said, who is Ernest Holmes? He mentioned a few names, Emmett Fox. I said, who is Emmett Fox? Where did you learn this? I also asked him, where did you learn this? Cut a long story short, he invited me to participate in Revelation and 97. And for 5 continuous years, I was coming to Revelation and as keynote speaker. And that's how I got introduced to this country. So that's how I met my twin brother, as we call ourselves. I don't hear you.
Sorry, I was just texting Big Brother Michael, okay. So I put myself on mute. And how lucky am I to have twin big brothers?
Is my brother on?
Not yet. I don't know what he's doing. No, I just texted to see if you're not busy. I didn't plan for him to come today because he came on to celebrate my 1000th show. But now it's 12 years. So you're here to celebrate my 12 years on the air.
I did a podcast with him in which I told a piece of the story. He told a piece of the story, and it's really touching. I keep sharing it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you're not supposed to do that except on my show.
Okay.
But that'll be something to look forward to.
Thank you.
But I'm glad I didn't hear the part about the validation ever. So that's a new part from you that I got emotional. Because for you to feel that way, you know, that you've been, that you're the only experience from the West was the evangelical, you know, dogmatic that I grew up with. That's how I grew up. You know, and it was not fun. It
wasn't fun. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I think I was 25 or 26 when I was first invited for a television program with one Dr. Mustafa. I was talking about herbal medicine in African spirituality. And the following week, nobody mentioned my name, but if more than a dozen people brought you the newspaper describing me as the Antichrist, the Antichrist, it wasn't fun. And my members were like, everybody is saying this, you are the only one saying that. So how do we know? So that day validation was like heavenly sent energy. Right?
Yeah.
For the first time, because all from the West is evangelism, hellfire, brimstone, you go to hell, you have to believe in Jesus Christ, the blood will wash you before you go to heaven, your righteousness are like filthy rags unto God, unless you have the blood of Jesus. I wonder how many tons, how many gallons of blood was poured to wash all of us. It paints the picture of a God who is a monster. I mean, a bloodthirsty God who wants human sacrifice for him to forgive human beings that he created in his image and likeness. It does not make one bit of common spiritual sense yet.
Yeah.
The millions follow that.
It is so far from what is real and what is the truth. You know, I call my God now my UPS man, universal power source.
Okay.
Delivers.
I love that.
He delivers every morning when I pray and meditate.
I love that.
So all day, if I see a brown UPS truck, I say, oh, that was, you know, that was a good idea. Whatever I was thinking at that moment, that's a good idea. So I want to let you go, but I don't want to let you go, but just one more time, this is your homework for those of you who are in the area. Are you streaming any of these events that people can sign up remotely, or this is all in person?
In person.
Okay.
With Agape program is streamed, so you can watch me there. But with this particular work, it's in person.
Yeah.
You will not want to miss it. It's really something from the soul of my soul.
Yes. Yes. These are, so this is April 30th? No, sorry, May 30th. I'm getting mixed up. It's
the in-person 24th, 25th of this month. So May 24th, 25th in Ahaya.
There we go. This one. Okay, so there's the tour, and this is Agape on the 14th, which is next Sunday, and then 19th to 21. Oh, is this different? Soul Center. Anyways, go to the website and register. That's your homework. All right, brother. Thank you so much again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to serve life through this wonderful platform. And if you've not subscribed to this platform, please do. I've watched a few of your programs. I love them. I love them. Thank you.
Thank you, and I love you. Yes. You want to do this one with me? Peace in.
Yes.
Peace out. World peace through
in our lifetime.
Through inner peace. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, folks, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. Go see Brother Ishmael Tetteh.
Thank you.